Here are a few portions from the bond discussion from July 27th at Hood River City Council.
Back in September, and have had about 9 meetings on this subject as we started from a wide net and then narrowed down to where we are today, supported by a whole bunch of engagement and public information activities. Culmination of 6 months worth of work, but really I think when you think about the targets that we're looking at for the bond for housing and for the police, that really harkens back to 2019, which was when we studied alternatives really in earnest to get the police out of their substandard facilities in the basement, and have led through kind of ticking off all the various alternatives to leave us with this renovation proposal. And then also going back to the 2022 adopted affordable housing strategy, which recommended pursuing an affordable housing bond. So maybe not a surprise that those were the 2 things that rose to the top. So what we have for you tonight is finalized by ballot titles that reflects the information that we received through our engagement activities, and then also the direction from City Council at your July 13th meeting. We've done financial analyses for each one of the bond amounts. And so for $8.7 million bond for the police facility, which is enough to renovate it as well as expand for future staffing need, and matching that 8.7 for a housing bond. The packet in page 23 has the necessary rates as well as an analysis of the median impact to a typical homeowner in Hood River, and as well as the 25th and 75th quartiles. And so basically what that means is the middle 50%, what that ranges by. So what the rates came out to was 39 cents per thousand for an $8.7 million housing bond, and 34 cents per thousand for an $8.7 million police bond. And the reason and the difference in those rates has to do with the IRS tax rules around what expenditures can be bonded for on a tax exempt basis versus a taxable basis. So municipal bonds are issued at what's called a tax-free rate. And so investors don't have to pay taxes on the interest they earn. Because they don't have to pay that, they require a lower interest rate in order to get the same effective yield as, say, a corporate bond. Housing bonds have to be taxable because they're going to be combined with private capital. They're also going to be used for eventually private residences. And so they don't meet the IRS definitions of public infrastructure like a road or a school or a police station would. And so that is built into this analysis that will be a higher interest rate for those bonds and a higher rate tax rate. So the estimate for the typical homeowner for the housing bond is $8.82. And for the police, it's $7.69.
If the housing bond succeeds in November 2026, Councillor Doug Stepina asks if any of those funds can be used to help provide the year-round shelter for unhoused people or to do mobile home park preservation.
So year-round shelter, mobile home park preservation strategy, a couple things on here. Being that we went down in our language for the ballot measure, can you speak to, can we allocate any funds towards those initiatives to support a year-round shelter, mobile home park preservation strategy related to the bond measure, the affordable housing bond measure?
Yeah, 0 to 120%. That includes all the way down to no income at all.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And the second one that's on here, downtown open space. Since we're talking about a work plan, I think one of the impediments to that is the parking at the moment. So I'll just reiterate that I plan on, when we get to the work plan session, to put a dot up for revisiting the parking garage study, because if we alleviate the parking issues downtown, then we theoretically can have more open space and not cause too many issues for businesses saying they don't have parking and those sorts of things if we have open space, because we'll have more parking.